This call is now being recorded.
Yo!
What's up?
Not too much, man.
All right. Yeah, yeah, so you called me, woke me up. All right, let's see where Chuck and Miles are at here. Hold on.
Did like 37 times.
Speaking of being arrested, Miles! Chuck!
Oh, wow.
That was under the desk.
yeah, well, Janelle's not here yet. She can't defend herself.
Oh, guys.
Sorry, Chuck,
Yeah,
continue.
No, Chris, I was telling Dave this morning on my way into work, I was listening to the news, and the gentleman out in California that was found guilty of raping and kidnapping 7 children and was just given parole was signed by Gavin Newsom, and the only excuse that he is giving is that he made a mistake by signing the paperwork, but he can't read. He did not know what he was signing. And I don't know, I'm lost. I'm literally confused. This guy was supposed to spend 3 life sentences plus 20 years, but was released because he's elderly, and there's some kind of stupid rule in California now that if you reach a certain age, you can be brought up to the parole board and have the opportunity to be released, and he was released.
Well, maybe he's reformed, Chuck. Maybe, found Jesus and stuff.
But my point is,
it's off the topic of the governor of California not reading what he's signing. That's the real problem.
That's the real problem when you're sitting there saying a mistake was made, and I apologize, but I couldn't read what I was signing.
Oh.
If this is all true, we're worse off than I thought we were.
Well, maybe they wrote it in cursive and he couldn't read it.
Yeah. I got the joy of writing.
That's definitely a possibility. Some cursive is like, hey, look at the chicken scratch.
Yeah.
It's just.
It reminds me of that scene from The Green Mile when, so you can spell, can you? Only my name, boss.
Only my name, boss.
And
this is what, this guy's running, the biggest state in the fucking country and has aspirations of running for president. Third biggest, I'm sorry.
I can't remember. It's not Alaska's the biggest.
Alaska's the biggest. I think California.
Yeah. It might be second, behind Texas.
It's a toss-up between California and Texas.
Yeah, I don't remember. Somebody out there.
But anyway, one of the biggest countries in the state, or in the country,
One of the biggest states.
and has aspirations of running for president. So if this is true, it's just mind-blowing. If this is true, he's lost all credibility. How do you justify that? Look, we need to find a liberal quick. Somebody get a liberal on the phone. Seriously, I need an explanation. I want somebody to defend this.
Look back years ago when they were trying to pass Obamacare, and Nancy Pelosi said, well, we got to pass the bill so we can find out what's in it.
That's true. Yes, very true.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
It's just, I don't know. It took my breath away this morning. It makes no sense.
This morning? Take my breath away.
All right, I've said my piece. Now find somebody that can defend us, please. Quick.
Yeah. Waiting, Chris. Come on. You know some of those people. The ones that scream in the streets. Come on.
No, I just repost those.
To pick up fucking flashbangs that haven't gone off yet.
Yeah, right. And blow your fingers off. Yeah.
Sorry.
But now we have the big beautiful bill that supposedly wasn't nobody really did. I think trying to think like Trump. I think like initially distanced himself from it, and then of course later on after he was elected, all of a sudden he was
Yeah.
Yeah, and really, I haven't seen any. Honestly, between his first year and into the Biden term, I've really not seen any changes yet, other than the gas prices. The grocery prices haven't gone down. Electric, you damn near got to sell a kid to pay your electric bill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're shutting all the nuke plants down, so.
Well, the electric bills are going up because all these stupid data centers are putting in that's using a shit ton of electric. So they're jacking the prices up, supply and demand.
It's insane.
That's why they're reopening Star Island.
Yeah.
I got last month I got a $289 electric bill. I have a 980 square foot house. It is the highest electric bill that I've gotten since I lived in that house. And nobody can give me an explanation of why it was almost a $300 electric bill.
Chuck. You got to turn that.
The electric rate went up.
It's incredibly high. It's insane. On top of that, I just had solar panels installed last summer. Now, granted, the days are shorter.
Sure.
Right.
They were covered in snow for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. But still, it's just.
Well, you got your grappling hook, right? You got to get up there and brush that snow off.
Yeah. Yeah, just like you do with that trailer.
Oh my God.
Versus
it's
like us
it's
up here,
incredible.
It's like we went from the apartment we lived in Nashville since 2014, and then we came up here in June of 2025, and down there in Nashville we had it was like a 3-bedroom townhome apartment, like 3 bedrooms on the top floor, like all next to each other, and then you go down the stairs and we had like the kitchen and dining room and main room. Our average bill, because that place was never insulated, like the windows didn't fully close. You could feel the cold and the heat coming from the wall, So our bills are always fucking $400, $500, whatever dollars, because of course I've got kids that, like to just leave shit on,
right.
or they'll,
of course, nobody.
you go in their room and they got the window half open. I'm like, close the fucking window. It's 100 degrees outside, But up here, it's like our bill, I think I've had a couple months where it showed it was close to 200, but my last one, it's like 139 or something. Even when it gets close to 200, because we have, I guess the new build has been built within the last couple of years, so I'm not minding the bills at all as much because of the fact that, the house is actually insulated, so it's like we're not having to run the AC or the heat as much. I mean, hell, when it gets too cold, we have one of those gas fireplaces. So literally, I'll drop the temp on the thermostat, and we'll turn the gas fireplace on, and we'll just be sitting in that front room, and it actually heats up heats the house up pretty good. Like I'll go check the thermostat, and it'll be like, your set is 65, it's 72. It's like, oh, cool.
Our home is well insulated. Our windows are 2 years old. The house stays comfortably. I think we leave it at about 68 to 70, and it stays fairly well. It's insane. Almost a $300 electric bill. It's crazy.
But nothing gets
and my
left
point
on
about it is what's that?
But nothing gets left on and stuff, like lights and stuff?
No. It's just my wife and I. We don't have kids. I will say this, they're around Christmas time. When it got really, really cold, we also have an electric fireplace, and we had that going. But the first electric bill we got was like $189. So automatically we said, okay, that's it with the electric fireplace. We're not using it anymore. And we hadn't used it since right after Christmas. And then February 10th, we got the next electric bill. It was $289. With solar panels, windows that are 2 years old, well insulated, and it doesn't, I don't know.
And this is when you weren't using the fireplace or whatever?
No, we turned it off. We haven't used it since, like I said, right after Christmas.
I wonder if using the fireplace takes up less electric than running off just the regular heat stuff, you know?
Well, we have oil heat. So the only electricity that uses is the blower.
I got you. Oil is fucking expensive too. We did that out in Philly.
It's actually, oil has gone down. I'm paying, let's see, last year it was $220 a month on the budget plan, and it dropped down to $140. So I pay $140 a month, and it gets filled up about 4 times through the year.
And we rented a house out in Philly that we didn't know had oil heat until we moved in, and wintertime came, and we're like, oh, shit. What is this? We have to put oil in this fucking thing? Shit.
And not only that, the furnace is only 3 years old, too, so, you know, it doesn't, none of this is adding up. Other than the price of electricity is just so fucking high.
Well, so the price of electricity is like tripled in the last couple months.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
It's not like we're getting more.
Yeah. They got to ration you.
Well, 3 Mile Island's going to open back up next year.
That's what they say. But again, like you said, they're opening it because of them communication centers.
Yep.
And the amount of power that they need to operate.
They have an agreement with Microsoft to power one of their data centers.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so much for that. Now what are we going to talk about?
No.
I did stop at Enna yesterday and make my presence known. They were in the middle of their morning meeting. I walked in and I heard Chanel going, "Hey, look, it's Miles!" And everybody turned around to look at me.
You filling some potholes in the parking lot while you were there?
No, I used all the concrete I had down at Nevins.
I know they didn't ask you to come back because, you know, they're not that desperate yet.
Yes, Pat asked me when I was coming back.
Yeah.
You want to come back? I said, you got help last time you hired me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
Chatted with Allie a little bit this afternoon before it took off. Kind of was like, yeah, I figured you and your boyfriend had plans. I just didn't know what it was. Yeah. So yeah, me and Mom talked a little bit about it. You know, it's the house that they're trying to apply for down there in Georgia. Is like, yeah. It's like, I guess she says the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that they're she goes, I didn't want to say anything, you know, until like we knew more, you know, like I didn't want to just say something and then we apply and don't get approved. I'm like, oh, it makes sense, you know. But I guess it's like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom they're applying for that's like $900 a month for rent. I'm like, that's pretty good. Like we're paying $2,400 for our 4-bedroom.
Yeah. But you know, you're not Kansas City.
Well, you know, I was telling Rico earlier that apparently I was chatting with somebody like a couple, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks back, right? Somebody that they're familiar. I guess it was somebody out near, I think it might have been in Love's, the one that has Arby's like 50 miles from St. Louis. You know, I mentioned where I live. You know, I was like, yeah, I'm out in Great Valley, whatever. She's like, oh, I'm familiar with that. Oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm surprised. Like when I look at like the what like my house should probably go for because we have the option to do like a rent to own situation for like 5 years and then use that as a down payment and buy it. I said, but the price, the estimated sale price is like $350,000 or whatever. And I thought it'd be lower because I've seen some other houses that are 4-bedroom that actually are like $250,000 to $300,000. She goes, well, where you're at is considered the rich part of one of the rich areas or whatever. Like it's the higher priced area. I'm like, well, shit. That would explain it, you know. Rico's like, yeah. You know what he called me, man? He goes, okay, I'm going to call you Mr. Moneyback Chris from here on out, man. Apparently you have money. And you just
like you already
and I was like, I was like, yep, I'm already being called that by my good friend Irvin.
Yep.
Because I'd never mentioned that name to him at all. It was kind of like a random, I'm going to call you Mr. Moneybags, man, because I'm rich. You're rich, man. You got apparently all this money. You've been holding out on it. I said, oh, you know it, man. I just come out here and work 6 days a week and get 6 hours of sleep a day for fun, you know.
For a hobby. Yeah, you're only doing it for a hobby.
I enjoy it, man, you know. It's like that Jeff Dunham skit where he did with the puppet Peanut, where he's like, so why do you do what you do? Oh, what if I said that you know, because I enjoy it, it's the best way I could think of to make money. He goes, you the hoe. Okay, well what if I said only because I enjoy it? He goes, you a dumb hoe. I'm definitely not out here just because I enjoy it. I know Dave's only out here because he enjoys it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're all doing it for the joy of it.
Yep.
I'm out here to just support my writing habit.
All of us getting gray, like completely gray hair by the time we're 50 or, you know. You look like you're 80. I'm only 52, man.
Like that meme that trucker, you know, looks like he's fucking 70. I'm only 35.
Yep. And he's only been trucking 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't always get the extra mile, but when I do, it's usually because I missed my exit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No place I'd rather be at 2:30 in the morning than sitting behind the steering wheel of this fucking truck.
Yep.
That's right.
I have a 17-year-old granddaughter that can verbally give you a rundown of everything I have and how I should not have it because her mom doesn't have what we have. And I keep trying to explain to her,
Like what?
I've worked, I've earned everything that I have. Nobody gave it to me.
Absolutely.
But according to her, I should sell everything I have and give it to my children. That I have told for the last...
Oh, want.
that I tried to get in their fucking skulls is to find a job and stay there.
Yep.
Even on the bad days when you don't like it, get up and go to fucking work. And they don't listen.
I was sick though. I didn't feel good. I'm gonna call out.
No, my boss pissed me off yesterday, so I'm not going to work. Okay, well that makes a lot of fucking sense.
And then, but I'm broke. I don't have any money. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You put the
yeah,
hours
work
in.
to get money.
I think Sunday night's the first time I've called off work in, I can't even tell you.
Yeah, but
The
that
last
was
time I called off.
weather related though.
Well, that was weather related.
You
Granted,
tried
you're
driving
right.
in and fucking spun out.
No,
And like,
you
fuck
don't
this,
have
I'm
to
going
yell.
home.
You
That's
don't. I
different.
get it, but I'm
That
just
was
saying.
different.
I'm saying.
I'm defending you, Chuck.
I understand. I thank you for defending me. I get it. But it still counted as calling off.
Yeah.
I was scheduled to go to work. I didn't go to work. But you can't explain to these kids how important it is to go find what you want to do, make up your mind that that's what you're going to do, and stick with it.
Yep. All you could do is try to be like an example for them. Like get up and go do your stuff and hope they follow your lead.
Yeah, that's all you can do. But for some,
they usually don't. But it's like
right.
Because they'll like hell. My oldest, sleeps pretty late in the day, even though we're still dealing with the job stuff. But she'll be like in bed downstairs in her room most of the day, just on her computer. And my youngest will sometimes she only works a couple days a week at McDonald's. And she's had random days where she, I called out. Okay, I ain't gonna force you to go do your stuff. But of course, I get up after 5 or even if I have a day where it's I had too much shit to do, and 5.5, 6 hours of sleep, I'm still dragging my ass up and grabbing my gear, and I'm walking out the door. So it's gotta do what we gotta do. I told my oldest I volunteered for this run, even though I knew I wasn't going to be very well rested, and I knew that I wasn't really going to have much of a day off. But I did it because I was like, well, shit, that's 3,000 miles a week, and it's between $750 and $1,000 more than what I was making per week when I was doing the 5 days before, where I'd come in 2 a.m. And I'm like, it's easier. It's going to be easier to pay down the bills and start making shit happen with that higher paycheck or whatever versus trying to budget with a lower paycheck. It's only going to get somewhere if I can pay off the shit,
Yeah. Set goals and carry them out.
Because I had Rent-A-Center fully paid off back in Nashville for a couple of years before we moved, and I had a Ram that I paid off. But then I took a title loan on the Ram to get up here, but then of course realized how predatory it was and traded that in for my Silverado, so got a 25 whatever grand loan on that. Plus we did Rent-A-Center because of the Boober situation. To furnish our house.
Look for that story later today, right?
Yep.
Well, see, here's the problem. Here's the problem, though. You had a Ram, and then you bought a Chevy. That's the problem.
No, it would have been a problem.
You should just buy a Ford, and you'd be so much better off. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no. Well, see, I didn't want to get rid of the Ram, but I had one of those loans where you're making a monthly payment, and so I thought it'd be because it's an $8,000 loan that I got on it, so it wasn't that bad. But they were charging me obviously it was gonna be $800 a month for a couple of years, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be paying out the nose unless I pay the shit off, early, and I pay it down quicker. But I was not even. I thought it would be more like a regular auto loan, where if you're late, you get a grace period, 30 days before. Oh, we're gonna, But I was like not even a week late, and they were already emailing me saying that, yeah, we're
Breathing
going
down
to
your
repossess
neck.
your car. And I'm like 5 days late on that payment. And you're saying like, we're going to repossess once you pay today. And so I called them, kind of work out like hey, I'll pay you in a couple of days, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, if it was your second monthly payment, then we'd be a lot more flexible, but it's your first one, and we're a lot more stricter. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, I'm a brand new customer. I literally just got the loan. So I didn't intend on trading out my loss. I was looking at it either trading it or refinancing. That's what I started thinking about, like trying to get out of that situation, even if I had to refinance, get into a better loan to pay that $8,000. But then like we were trying to get my wife into a car, and we, of course I picked her up on my way home from work when I was doing the 2 a.m. to like noon schedule. I heard from this Ford dealership that had they had a 2022 Jeep that we were looking at, and I messaged her about it and said, hey, they got this Facebook deal that they, how it is, like, come on in, we got this special going on just today. I'm like, Monday when I'm off. They're like, no, it ends today. And I'm like, I'm literally off tomorrow and Monday. Crap. All right, fine, we'll be in there. So picked my wife up and went over there to check out the car for her, and them of course, hey, you want to trade the truck in? I'm like, not really. I was like, but I kind of went into, but I'm in a bad situation with it because of the title loan, blah blah blah. And they were like, well, if you we could get your title loan paid off and get you into a better vehicle, like an actual financing. And I was like, if you guys think you can pull it off, I'm willing to talk to you about it because I'd rather get out. I want to get out of the situation. And at the time, we thought we hit pay dirt because we got her car without a trade-in, neither car with a down payment, but then we got my Silverado with my trade-in, and so we literally drove out of there and drove home with 2 cars, and so of course that Jeep didn't work out because the bank kept screwing with the finance guy fucked the financing us. Now we got her into a different Jeep, but it was like, got to do a better loan, an actual finance loan instead of the, they were still harassing me like, oh, you still owe $100. I'm like, no, I don't. I contacted the dealership. They sent you guys a check for the $8,000, whatever, and whatever you guys added to it before you got the check, that's on you guys. Like, I ain't paying shit. But I would have loved to keep that truck and not have that loan on it. But it's like I wasn't desperate to get us out of Nashville, but I was very intent on getting us out of Nashville. Because couldn't move anywhere because housing costs too much. So like we don't want to go to another apartment. We really wanted to get into a house, even a rental house or something. And plus her family's up here, so I was kind of looking up here anyway, and I kind of stumbled upon the property manager, the website with our current house. They had these other listings up here, and I was like, should we apply? And both my wife and oldest were like, yeah, let's do it. So like, okay, put in the application, and basically I was surprised we got approved. So like, oh, cool, we're moving, awesome. But needed money to move, so kind of went ahead and took that loan on the truck, not really wanting to do it, but it was like, fuck. But yeah. But it's funny, my RAM was very basic. I didn't have any, like, it had a solid back window, so not like I didn't have a flap or anything you could open up. Didn't have GPS or anything in there. Versus like, and usually like my wife's the one, her car will have the bells and whistles, and my truck will be like basics. Whereas now we're switched. Her 2018 Jeep has nothing, and I've got like everything.
Manual
like,
windows and shit. You're like crank.
Yeah, I got the little switch that opens the flap on the back window. I could do the child lock up front that I like Chuck. I've literally learned about most of this kind of like accidentally. Like, oh, what's this? Well, that's what that is.
Wow.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking around. I saw the flap on the back window, but I thought I had a flap before on a regular cab Ram back with my ex-wife. You had to go back there and flip a little tab and manually slide it open.
Right.
And so like I was trying to figure that out. Then I happened to hold a little switch down in the front, and of course it slid open. I was like, oh, cool, that's how that is. Oh, awesome. Like the only feature I don't have in there apparently is heated steering wheel, which I guess is the thing, which would be
I got it in mine picked
wouldn't
up.
complain because out here.
Yeah, I have to hear about it. I have to hear about it from Dave and Janelle all the time about All they have to do is stick their hand out the window and start their trucks. I don't have automatic or remote start. I don't have heated seats.
Which will turn the heater on and the steering wheel heater on. Yeah.
Yep, but see, the
If it's
steering wheel
below,
heater
like,
is like the only thing I don't got.
do it. Yeah.
And I mean, I would have never, like back in Tennessee, man, I would have, like, I'd be like, steering wheel heater, what the fuck? Because, it's shorts most of the year down there, even when it's cold, but up here, 5 degrees for at least a few weeks, and I'm like, yeah, I get in the truck even when I have the heat going, and I'm driving out of FedEx, and I'm kind of doing the light tap on the steering wheel, like, ooh, fuck, man, it's fucking cold.
Where are my isotoners at?
Get a pair of gloves, for Christ's sake.
But I mean, I don't complain about it. It's only like a couple minutes, and then once
Right.
I set the temp inside pretty hot, and then I park by the fence. So when I come in bobtail, before I park, I do the remote start as I'm passing the truck. So that way it has a chance before I get up there. It's usually shut off by the time I walk out there, because security, especially when they have to like pat me down, have me unlock my phone, and strip search me and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use it to empty your pockets and spread them. Stand up against the wall over here, sir.
Yep.
Buy me dinner at least.
I'm gonna jump off of here quick. I gotta call Deb. I'll be right back.
Is it Friday yet?
Technically.
Yeah.
Not officially, but technically it is.
I hate
Tomorrow's
fucking
Friday.
Uber drivers.
What's that?
So I hate Uber/Lyft drivers.
They all over the place out there?
Oh, stop right in the middle of the fucking street.
Oh, yeah.
There could be 3 empty spots in the parking lane. They won't pull in there. They'll stop right in the middle of the street. Half of them don't even turn their four-ways on anymore. They just stop.
It's like they're parking by the scale, and instead of parking in the backing in the spaces that are wide open right there.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave, I said a little.
That's an extra 10 steps I gotta walk.
Yep. Like your other half, she's sending me videos or whatever. Like when I got the Loves earlier, I literally there's like half the fuel lanes were wide open, like nobody there. So like I pulled all the way up to the front line, and then it's funny. I had a guy that literally pulled into the fuel bay behind me. So I said,
all these other ones open?
Yeah, So I sent Jess a video, and I was like, this asshole right here just pulled in behind me, and I kind of panned to the right. I said, but these 4 bays are like wide open, so like he better not be in a hurry because I'm not gonna rush. It's like,
that's funny.
She's like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, yeah, it's like I'm not. But then when I did come out with my food or whatever, he literally came walking back to his truck and started fueling. So I'm like, oh, that's probably why he's not. Well, I'm just gonna park behind him. He might take a while anyway, and I can just fuel. Blah blah blah.
He knew he had to go inside or whatever. Is that it?
Take a shower or something probably.
Yeah. Washing his feet in the sink.
Yep.
Oh my
God. Where they're like, doing the sink bath or whatever, shaving their head or whatever they're doing, Or they're aggressively brushing their teeth, when they're in the restroom or whatever.
Yep. Well,
tagging himself on the fucking toothbrush is like, oh, okay, dude, being very animated over there. I was like, okay, dude, we don't need to hear that, Like, I'm gonna go. Especially because it's like, if you're
put a trigger warning on this one. People who can't deal with gagging sounds should not listen.
Or some of those, or some of those, the reels where like the boyfriend. I think there's a couple of them, but it's like there's one where it's like this. He has his girlfriend that I guess can't hear the sound of like almost like you're gonna throw up or whatever. Like what?
Yeah,
And then all
I've
of a
seen
sudden
a couple of those. Because she starts throwing, they'll start throwing up. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Comments like, because then she's like, "Fucking stop it!" He's like, "What?" Ah!
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Because there's comments like, "Is that real? Does that really happen?" I'm like, "I don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
that's a
I know
real thing.
somebody sees. Oh, I got you.
That is a real thing.
I got you. Yeah,
Sorry,
'cause I know if somebody sees somebody throwing up, that sometimes can trigger.
Yeah, no, but just the noise. It's like an audio cue thing. Just the noise of it, yeah. There's some people that are super sensitive to it, and you know, it's. I don't know. I think it's funny, but they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, they clearly don't think it's funny.
Back
Oh,
home,
you
the secretary that we had at the place I worked, she was like that with people yawning. Oh, she'd hear you yawn. She was doing it.
Well, that's
The other day,
like everybody.
I was sitting in my office, and I picked up my phone, and I dialed her extension. I could hear it down the hall, and it's like, beep. I was like, click. She called me back. I hate you. I do that to her all the time. Stop it.
Oh, because the contagious yawn.
Yeah.
Oh my! I just pulled in the barn. I got to go fire up the beast.
Oh, yeah.
Fun time, man.
Fun mixing and stirring.
Yeah, we got.
Pouring. You're
I'm
like
gonna
a
go pour
geologist.
6 feet of 6 feet of concrete.
Yeah. Oh, I'm bastard yesterday. I wanted to choke the living shit out of them fucking Puerto Ricans.
Okay.
They ordered 20 yards of concrete. They were pouring sidewalks. It was a new construction. It was development. They were pouring
That's the one
sidewalks,
you sent
and
on
then
Snapchat?
the house, yeah. I was
Yeah.
pouring the porches in there. But they ordered their shit with accelerators, so it's sitting up fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they take their sweet ass time.
Oh, that's
The
fun.
first guy that was in there he just poured sidewalks, so he was in and out. I was the second chuck, so I got screwed. So when I was done, I went to wash out, I had that shit stuck in my chutes. I was up there forever trying to get, I didn't get it all out. I ran out of water.
Oh, my God.
So I come back to the yard and pulled under the plant. And the batch guy loaded me with a ton of foam. I just let it slosh around in the drum a little bit, spit it out. Got 90% of it off the chutes.
Does it ever feel like solid in there where you can't get it out or whatever?
We had that happen once. The guy broke down on the way to a job site. And as long as you keep the drum spinning, it's all right. But he broke down. His engine died.
Yeah.
And they tried to get down there and get shit in it. He had like 5 yards on. They tried to get shit in it so it wouldn't set up, but they didn't get down there fast enough. It got hard. They had fucking guys in here for like 3 days chipping on that thing with jackhammers trying to get the shit out.
Mm-hmm.
They finally got it all out, but it took a while.
One big stone
Maybe
in there pretty
take
much.
back care of your shit.
After trying to like stand beside the truck, trying to manually push it.
Yeah.
Yes. Get in there and stir, motherfucker.
Yep.
I have one of those drills with a long bit with a whisk on the end.
Did you see that episode of Mythbusters where they blew up that?
Yeah, they blew up. Yeah, I did.
There was nothing left of it.
Yeah, just fucking disintegrated and shit. That's one way to get the concrete out. Well, they did go a little overboard.
Yeah.
you know, was interesting when about you want to do a raw chat call, Dave, was like yesterday when we were doing the like near the tail end of that call with all of us in here with Janelle and whatever. I thought, man, this would have been a great call.
Too late. I said it after like like it would have been great, but like it happened so quickly. Everybody like called in with like 5 minutes of each other, but it was like everybody was, you know, I was close to where I was going, you know.
Yep.
Because by the time I got, go ahead.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna get start to cook up.
Yeah, by the time I got to where I was going, it was just me and Chuck. Everybody had gotten to where they were going and shit. So.
Yep.
That's fine. That's why I figured today I would get at least Chuck on, and you know.
Yeah.
And then when he started talking about that Newsom thing, I was just like, okay, hold on, let me call Chris. That Miles called. I'm like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna call Chris. Let's get shit out there real quick.
Yep, on the Google Voice, I thought about actually checking in to see what I need to do to make it where I could actually call you and record without having to receive the call, you know? Because then I could just call you and be like, hey Dave, you ready? All right, record. Bap, bap, bap.
Yeah. Whatever. It's more chill this way.
Yep.
So I got hooked up with it's a literary advisor. This is something completely different than what I was looking at before, where you got all these publishers and shit, like, you know, trying to give you all these deals and whatnot, and want you to sign up right away. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not cool with that.
That's why I got arrested.
It's turning me off. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you gotta do this now. The deal expires in 24 hours. Like, no. I don't even know what half this shit means.
Yeah. And sometimes if I'm listening to something that you know, like a pitch or something, and they do that, if it's something that I'm like I'm already kind of thinking about jumping in with, I might do it. But if I'm like, if I have even a little bit of doubt, I'm like, I mean, I want to do it, but you know, I don't want to spend that whatever tonight, you know, being rushed, you know. Sometimes you do it, and afterwards you have that buyer's remorse because you're like, it's not what I thought it was.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm like worried about and stuff, and I want to know what the stuff they're offering. You know, just in comparison to different things, it's pretty much all the same, but I want to know what that means. And I kind of learned a little bit by talking to other people that actually use their services.
Yeah.
I don't know whose phone that is, but I'm about to flip the fuck out.
Not me, Adam. Just, you know. What did Miles say he's doing?
He had to go start his truck, but he just left his phone in the car. It shouldn't be making all that noise. Unless he kept his headset on. Oh, he was talking on his car thing. Anyway.
I got Zoom calls where they're like, I'm muting you.
But they want you to sign up for this shit and not even like go over what you wrote or what you're trying to have them publish. You know what I mean? And then when you make them do it, and I'm like, of course they're gonna agree to it.
Yep.
And there's something I didn't tell either. There was three that I was, you know, kind of going back and forth between. Oh my god, this is really getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It all went away.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. What? So I got it to where one of them wanted the manuscript. The other two really, they wanted to know what I needed, or you know, like I'm like, I don't know. I've never done this before.
Yep.
So basically, they sent the manuscript in, and I got that really great eval on it, but like I'm still skeptical because all the things I put in for submission, I wrote a paragraph in there. It's a little more than halfway through. I put in a paragraph in there that has nothing to do with the book. It's completely, and nobody caught it. Nobody said anything about it. You know what I mean? Nobody said what's this paragraph about. It's not
kind of like an Easter egg you mentioned the other day.
Yeah. Nobody mentioned it. So from what I could tell, with the evaluation, that the one, I got 2 evaluations out of 3, and the one that was really detailed and there was a lot of stuff in there. I mean, maybe they just didn't get it, or you know what I mean. I don't know. Like maybe I wasn't clear enough in what I was saying in the paragraph. But it had nothing to do with the book. It was totally off the wall. You know what I mean? It gave nothing to the story whatsoever. But they should have, if somebody actually read that, like took their time and read it, they should have been asking, what's this paragraph about? What does this even mean? You know what I mean? But nobody asked me a goddamn thing about it. So, anyway, I was already on the fence about all this stuff and how pushy they were getting. So I basically just like, look, like I need to step back, reevaluate. I'm gonna, fix some of the things that they suggested, like repeated words, repeated descriptions, things like that, like stuff that I should have done anyway. And basically, I realized yesterday I need to stop being fucking lazy. You know what I mean? And don't just pay somebody else to fix it. I need to fucking fix it myself.
Man.
You know what I mean? Stop. I don't need to pay somebody to fix this shit. I can do it myself. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. Really, dump truck? You had to fucking come into my lane because you're in a fucking hurry?
He's like, yep.
Anyway.
That's what I
so
got.
That's what I realized. And then I stumbled across this agency in their NPA that they're basically they help people out to get their book published. They're not a publisher. Okay, they're somebody who helps writers, and points them in the right direction and gets them agents and stuff like that. Not some publisher that just wants your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what the best part was, I thought the best part about it was, is they won't even talk to you about working with you until they read your fucking manuscript. Until they read it, they want to know if it's actually good enough, and they're going to work with you. The other ones don't care.
Yeah, they just want you to.
I'm like, have you ever turned anybody down? Well, no. I mean, we offer services and we try to help them out. I'm like, you ever said no to anybody? I don't think so. Well, that's not what I need.
Man. Yep.
That just means you'll take anything as long as they pay you. That's
okay.
That's
I'm back.
Welcome back, Chuck.
Run, Dave, run.
Yeah. So anyway, now I'm hooked up with this literary advisor who's going to do evaluation and then discuss what services they can offer me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not talking about money. They're not talking about they're not pushing shit. It seems more legitimate than all the other shit I've been dealing with. So I'm just kind of waiting on that right now. So, yeah. And they're in PA.
Well, hopefully he's reading it. Hopefully it's something that he started reading.
There's a she.
Oh, she. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's reading it, and it's something that she can't put down.
I hope so.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know
I
if
hope
she
so, too.
actually reads it or there's somebody else that does. You know what I mean? Usually the people that you talk to are, I mean, the people that I talk to through the publishers, you know, air quote publishers, we're all basically salesmen. If
Right.
you were going to sign on with them, you'd go talk to an editor or, you know, somebody, a case manager or something. You know?
Right. Uh-huh.
They're just salesmen, and all they're trying to do is get the sale. They don't really. I mean, they're, you know, don't get me wrong. Some of them were nice. Some of them didn't listen to what you're saying, and that's really not good. I don't
Right.
like that at all. And that's enough to make me be like, okay, never mind. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just me though. But the fact that I talked to that guy Chuck yesterday, by the way, John Kowalski,
Okay.
that safety guy. He wrote. That,
Oh, okay.
Like, safety is a journey, not a destination, or whatever.
Right.
I talked to him yesterday, and
He's
he's like I you know, they're legitimate. You know what I mean? He just, there's some things that he didn't know going into it that he wished he knew, you know, before, and he kind of gave me a little bit of advice with that. And I'm like, that's great, that's perfect. I mean, I'm not going with them anyway, but that's good advice no matter what. Like stuff like, you know, he wasn't happy with something they did, and they're really like dragging their feet on fixing it. I'm like, that's not what I need to hear. I don't need to hear that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do need to hear that, but I like that's a strike against them. You know what I mean? You pay for their service, and then you know what you want.
You want
and
service.
they don't
Right.
fucking provide. Like, what the fuck? But
Yep.
he seemed cool, you know. He wasn't like putting him down or anything. He just was like, it's not what I thought when I first signed up. Is what he was saying, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's legitimate. That's really what I was looking for. You know what I mean? He's just, you know, he wanted, you know, he knew something specifically, and you know, he basically said once it's final, it's final. They won't fucking do anything about it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you get like so many, you know, as part of the package, you only get like, you know, 5 revisions or whatever. And what they count as those is not what you think it is. I'm like, yeah, I knew that.
Right.
You know, I fucking knew that shit. Anyway, so I just like abandoned all that, and let's see what this agency says, and go from there. You know.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I just can't wait till we have a day where the temperature's normal.
According to
What's that, Chuck?
Punxsutawney Phil, still got a couple weeks
Anything
out.
above 40 would be nice.
Yeah, well, maybe today and tomorrow, but then it's gonna like get cold again on Sunday. So.
And I'm saying straight out of bed, the temperature's 50, 55 degrees.
Oh, okay. You got another month.
And be up to 60, 65, 70. That would be perfect.
And we're getting that
I'm
here.
up by 6.
during the day, and then it's fucking 30 degrees by this time. You know.
Yeah. I'm
I mean,
up by
right now the
State
temperature,
College.
it's like 51 right now, even though it's like back in St. Louis it was like 38.
Well, I'm up near State College and it's 20 degrees.
Well, you're up in the mountains, dude. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm here in
What's
Frederick.
the temperature there?
31.
31.
Frederick. Maryland. I can't say it right. Sorry.
Frederick?
Frederick.
Rich.
Yeah, I know. That's the way you say it. I know. That's the right way. Fuck the right way.
Always trying to buck the system, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, when I was in there at
It's foggy as a motherfucker down here too.
in Arby's earlier, of course, dealing with either Arby's or Hardee's, and either of those two loves, they pretty much know me by name now. But in Arby's, is like one of the managers, and I do the shift change around the time I get there, taking out the drawer or whatever. And they rang me up and had my my coffee, my Mellow Yellow, whatever, and the manager came out, "Oh, here's trouble." I said, "Damn right." I said, "I'm not even going to deny it."
They're like, "Oh, Jonathan, great to see you."
Yeah, right.
It's not my name.
Come on, David. It's Tony. Get it right, man. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know all their names, but there's one manager at Hardee's that literally like if they're not wearing their name tags, then obviously I'm not gonna know. But like this one lady manager in Hardee's or whatever, randomly because they say, "Hey, can I get a name for your order?" So some of the staff literally will walk in and even some of the ones ringing up the order, "Hey, Chris, how's it going?" Not too bad. How you doing? I have no clue who the fuck they are, but I know them by face. That's pretty much it,
Just call them whatever
But
you think their name is. They like it when you do that.
But the lady manager that, "Hey, Chris, how you doing?" Her name sticks out because literally her name tag says Beth Hooker. So I was like, "Hey, Beth, how's it going?"
Hooker?
Yep, Hooker, Hooker. I was like,
What is it?
First name is Beth, and her last name is Hooker on her name tag at
Hooker?
Hardee's.
Bad Hooker. Well, there you go.
And then it's funny is I've actually commented about. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I got a kick out of your last name on your name tag. She laughs and I get that all the time. But there was a radio station I used to listen to back in Nashville. The three hosts on there was like two guys and a chick. It was like the two guys were like Hooker and DB. And then of course Becca. But then they I don't know what happened, but like the radio show like disbanded, and then it was just Hooker and DB on a different radio channel, and Becca went somewhere else. But I always got a kick out of that Hooker. Man, who would name their son Hooker? I've got to like, all right. But then
TJ Hooker.
Well, yeah. And then the other guy was his DB, which probably initial, I'm guessing. But you never know.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where like I always tune whenever because they were on like late at night, like the evening show like before up until like 11 p.m. and then of course it switched to like the Red Eye Rock Lounge pretty much the 12 to 4 a.m. But one of those radio shows that when they were around, it was like, oh man, this is awesome. Like you just enjoyed what they talked about. It was like very animated, very great topics or whatever. And then all of a sudden they were gone. It was these other DJs. And I'm like, this isn't as good. It sucks. Where'd the entertaining ones go? Fuck. I got to get emailed by Hooker and DB later. I'm like, I tuned into your podcast and I heard you mentioned it. Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll be like, oh wow, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. Oh man, I mean, there's downloads. Got like, I think since I switched over to the current host, I think I've gotten like. Been with them like 2 weeks. I had like 400 downloads or whatever. But of course, like in order to get like to join their advertising platform, I'm not big enough, or the show's not big enough yet because they need like 500 downloads per week for me to actually be able to opt in. And I'm like, well, I came over to you guys because I heard that you guys were a great platform to be on, but nowhere did it tell me anything about like oh, but you have to have this many downloads per week in order to. I'm like, well, shit. I was like, all right, whatever, the stories will catch on at some point, Dave.
Yeah.
Someday. Get the fuck off my fucking ass.
No way.
Oh. That person came on the road
Go ahead,
just to annoy you there,
fuck.
Chuck. They're probably like, I'm going to drive behind Chuck today.
Well, I'm going to sit here and go 35 miles an hour, too, and I don't give a fuck. There you go. See, you're not fucking stupid.
You just come to a stop.
Boy, I hate that.
I had, on my way to St. Louis, I had multiple trucks tonight that I came roaring up on them. They were going like 45 into 70, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? You think you get over, you fly by, you get back over again. I'm like, holy shit. Why are we going 40 into 70? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's 45 miles an hour up through near Penn State on 322, and I'm telling you, this car couldn't get any closer. I'd love somebody to pull out in front of me and just slam on the brakes and watch him go right up underneath the fucking trailer. I wouldn't stop either. I got work to do. It's Friday. I want to go home. I'm not dragging the son of a bitch all the way back to Newville.
Do. Don't mind me, I gotta do paperwork right now. I'm just rolled up in here. Six.
I'm like, all right,
Well, I had
go
to
with
hang
the-
up on Miles, like I said. His phone
Oh,
is
okay.
making way too much noise.
No, I came in the bathroom to wash my hands really quick, and there's somebody at the stall and literally just came out and walked out. I was like, I'm using a paper towel to open the door here.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I literally turned around and went, did he just walk out? I was like,
Yep.
all right, Yep. I was like,
And
yeah.
that's why
I'm
we're not ready for open borders, right, Chuck?
Yep.
That's what we were talking about this morning, too.
Yep. I didn't even see him. You know, probably a white dude though. You know. Oh, I took a water bottle in there. I'll take a water bottle in there. You know, it's fine. I'm clean when I come out. That's another thing that throws me off when they go in the fucking the guys that go in the stalls with a bottle of water with them. It's like, oh, I mean, what do you?
Yeah, well,
they got a little bidet going out there, like it's like, all right, whatever you gotta do, you know.
Yeah, I've never had to go into the bathroom with a bottle of water. I don't get that, but you see it all the time in the fucking truck stops.
Yeah, it's like, what the? Yeah, 'cause like, how thoroughly can you do anything with that little bottle of water? It's like, you know.
Well, you know, maybe it helps them poop, you know.
Either that or it's a hell of a shit and you got to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not thinking that's it though, Chuck.
Okay, well, you know, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Too nice, Chuck. Too nice, man. So then they leave the bottle in there, like I went into, cause I had to hit the bathroom here at this hub the other day because, like, when I was getting ready to take off, stomach was a knot or whatever. I was like, man, so I need to fill the water bottles up. But I was like, all right, I'll go. And I go in there and it's fucking like half full bottle of water sitting on a little toilet paper or whatever. And I literally just like knocked that. I mean, it was empty actually, but I just knocked that bottle on the floor. I was like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you.
People complaining all the time about Buc-ee's not letting truck drivers park in their parking lots and use their stores. Well, go into a truck stop. Would you want that in your store?
Nope.
People are fucking pigs.
It's called, you know, it's called those flushable wipes, man, you know, because I don't trust most of the dispensers anyway because, you know, all those years on the road, you go to rest areas and truck stops and they're like wedged in there to where you get like one little sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
And it feels like you're wiping your ass with sandpaper.
Yep.
Well, look, Christopher B's at FedEx Ground, Lenexa, Kansas.
Yep.
Wonder who that guy is.
I have no idea. You know. Just figured check it in before I head out towards Kansas City. You know.
Yeah. No.
I never get it, man.
Jimmy.
Especially when, like, you realize that somebody just walked out of a stall and went right out. I'm like, okay, that's...
Yeah.
They come out all casual and stuff, just walk out like it's no big deal. I'm like, you just took a shit in there, man, and, like, you know... I mean, hell, it's bad enough when they're at the urinal and they walk right out. You know, it's like, you still got to wash your hands, guys. Come on. But then they come out of the actual...
Fuck it.
Oh, then I'm going to stop somewhere and get something to eat a little bit here, you know. Didn't wonder why I came up, you know, with the flu bug tomorrow, you know. Man, Dave, I was sick one time with Schneider when we were contractors or whatever. After that, man, I don't fuck with the fucking arcades and truck stops anymore. Because I think I was going somewhere in Ohio. I actually had one of those. It was a pretty high dollar load. It was like 600 miles, and I think I was making like 900 on it or something. I was like, oh yeah, there we go. Stopped at a Flying J for the night, and went in. I did it backwards. Like, I went in, hit the bathroom, washed my hands, came out, stopped in the arcade, played a couple games, went up front, Got some of the like chicken tenders or whatever hot food was up there, finger food type stuff. Got back to the truck, ate my food, went to bed. Woke up the next day. I mean, I wasn't throwing up, but I was like sick as a dog, like nauseous as hell. You know, still had to go about 400 miles to get to my delivery, and grab the pink Pepto, whatever it is, you know, or Imodium or whatever.
As you do.
Sipping on that shit, literally like took a couple like ibuprofen to try to fight the fever, and then was sipping on Imodium to try not to throw up everywhere. And I got there and delivered, and you know, but it's one of those when you're forcing yourself to be. That's why I laugh when you got these. You got anybody that basically like they're a little bit sick or they're just not feeling good, so they call out of work. And I'm like, I've been like, if I could be on my feet, I'm out here doing what I gotta do. But there's been times where I can't even get out of bed. Then I'm calling the boss going, I can't even stand up. Like I'm sorry, like I can't even be upright because I stand up and I fall over. So it's like I'm not coming in. I'm sorry, but. You know, deliver that load because, you know, if you don't deliver, you don't get paid. So parked on the, like an on-ramp or something, or like a little, it was like a long on-ramp that was like probably a half mile long. It had a big-ass shoulder. There were other trucks that were parked there by the customer. So, you know, I ended up parking there, and I had at least one occasion while I was trying to go to sleep and back that, this is like literally because I left that morning at like 10 a.m. and I got to the, you know, it was one of those, I'm at the customer to deliver and it take them a couple hours to do it. You had to get out and walk inside to check in and get up, walk inside again when they're done. And so like I was miserable the whole time. Just like I'm not gonna go lay down because I probably won't get back up. But when I finally parked and tried to lay down, I had at least one moment where I quickly got up and I hung, literally like opened the passenger door and I hung out the door with my hand on the handrail, you know, keeping me from falling out, and I dry heaved. And then it was like, when, you know, nothing happened, then I was able to go to sleep. Thankfully, I woke up the next day feeling a shit ton better, but it's like, I had one of those like, oh crap! But now it's like, yeah, I'm not touching random surface. I mean, if I did play in an arcade or something, at a truck stop, I would definitely, that's why I have hand sanitizer in my bag. If I get those random occasions where like random guy, a trucker, randomly will be like, "Hey, how's it going, sir?" They walk up and want to shake your hand, and of course, like I'll shake their hand, but I'm immediately questioning it afterwards. Like, yeah, I better sanitize my hands because I don't know where the fuck he was.
But that, you know, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. How many times have you done that where you're in these trucks and you're so fucking sick you can't even see straight, but yet there you are, still working.
Yep. Not call it out, you know, coming in and do what we gotta do. Like, I've only called out with my current boss one time because we're switching property managers, and they're switching us utilities as well, and they're supposed to be like a seamless switch over to a different electric without having the power go out, and of course, like half of their units, I guess, we all lost power. And I'd been home for an hour and was just barely laid down in bed. I'd taken all my sleep meds or whatever and was like literally about to pass the fuck out, and all of a sudden like power went out and my machine, my CPAP mask, whatever, just suction cupped to my face, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's not the bill. Like, we paid the bill. What the fuck? You know, and out of power for like half the day, and telling the boss, like, I don't think I can come in because I haven't been able to sleep. You don't need power to sleep. Like, yeah, I do. I've got a CPAP. Oh, fuck. That's right. I forgot about that. Like, so like, yeah, if I didn't need power to sleep, then I would just go to sleep. And I would just get up and come to work. But I was like, I haven't slept since yesterday, so kind of need to, you know, at least need 5 or 6 hours to be like, hey, okay, I can function, you know. But if it's like 3 or 4, nah, I'm not doing it. Too risky. You guys will be seeing a story about a FedEx truck with a container trailer like jackknife on the road or something.
I know when I was going through that radiation treatment, I don't even know how I went to work. I swear to God, there were days that I made it through the day by the grace of God.
Yep.
Yes, sir. You're still here to talk about it.
Willpower,
Yeah.
you know. And you know when you take a curve, even at a bobtail, and you're like going slower because you don't want to tip. I've got like 4 cars are like riding my ass. I'm like, I'm going 5 below the curve speed limit just because I don't want to flip over. You guys can wait.
Yeah, see, everybody waits until the last minute to go to fucking work and then drive like idiots. And you're supposed to drive like an idiot too. And whatever you do, don't get in their way.
And like wanting to take it's the curve I have to go on to get back onto 435 to head over towards the east side again. And literally, it's like it's one full loop. It's like you get off on that exit, you loop around practically 300. I guess this is actually 360 degrees because you're coming from one highway and you're looping around underneath the overpass to get on a different highway. You know?
Yeah.
And they're right behind me the whole, like, literally tailing me. And I'm like, I'm not going any faster because I don't want to have to explain why I flipped it.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that.
Like, yep. They could be impatient all they want. I don't give a shit.
That's right.
Yeah, when I was getting ready to pull out of Lenexa, got a text from the wife. Good night. I literally just had looked at the time with the big old wide-eyed emoji. I'm like, did your message send late, or are you just now going to sleep? Because, I mean, I know she's closing. Like, she got home by like 10 or 11, so I mean, she stays up for a little bit afterwards. But it's like, usually she's in bed long before 2 a.m. or whatever, or she says goodnight, and then for like an hour or two, I'm getting TikTok videos sent to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, so I'll give her crap. She says, good night, love you, good night, love you. And then, of course, I want to give her crap on TikTok because it's like I'm still getting messages from her. And I'm like, you know, so many videos that randomly throughout the week or whatever, I might see something. And she goes, oh, yeah, I sent that to you. Or did you see such I sent you?
I'll be back.
Probably not.
All right.
But it's like, probably not because I had like 200 messages from you on TikTok. So I was like,
Right.
try to scroll through and check out the videos, and I'll repost ones that seem like they might be good to share, especially if it's like stuff about what's going on with the country and whatnot. You know, I don't like. I was sharing a lot of stories for a while, you know, as far as like the political stuff with the midterms and stuff. You know, the importance of getting out and voting and all that stuff. But
Right.
you know, it's funny because like all we have to do is like observe and see what's going on. Because like in the past, I've noticed that it's kind of a weird trend this country has. Maybe it might actually be even more different now because like throughout my voting years, you know, I'll notice we'll go red, and then you know they'll fuck shit up, so we'll go blue, and then of course people get
Right,
mad
and
about
then
how
they'll
things
pick
are
it
with
up,
blue,
or-
then they'll go red again, and then we'll go blue again. But Trump is pretty extreme. So like, his administration is pretty extreme. So like, there's Texas. I guess they unseated I think they unseated a Republican senator, possibly. I don't know if it was the governor or if it was, but Texas looks like it's going blue. And there's even like Republicans that are. I always thought, you know what, that app called Threads that you can connect with your Instagram or whatever. But there's some people, there's like somebody that I saw post down there like, come on, Republicans in Texas, we got to get out and vote because if Democrats, if they unseat all of us, and they take the House and the Senate, then they're going to undo all the amazing things that Trump has done. And there's like so many people.
And he hasn't done anything. In my opinion, I don't see where things are getting any better.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. But it's funny. There's people that are. That's like when Hillary and Trump ran against each other. I had so many people that were like in family, like relatives and whatnot, that they thought that Hillary's got this in the bag, and I was over the road at the time, and I was telling them like, no, I think Trump's gonna like kick her ass because I'm seeing nothing but Trump signs out here. Like, I'm not seeing any Hillary signs. And so I was like, I'm telling you, like, she's not even going to come close. And, like, now, yeah, there's MAGA out there, but I think they're becoming the minority a little bit. Because some of the comments were a lot of the comments about the elections going on in Texas were basically like, I've been a lifelong Republican, but I'm going to be voting blue from here on out. I'm like, wow.
Hang on a
like,
second.
I got you.
There we go. Truck didn't want to move.
Oh, I got it. So it's like that's why I'm still reposting, but I'm not necessarily sharing the stories as much because I'm like, I'm already seeing all like there's so much out there that they see what the administration's doing or whatever. It's like during the State of the Union address or whatever, somebody commented like, because Trump, I guess, said, hey, if you agree that it should be citizens and we should not backing like illegal aliens or blah blah blah, stand up. And I guess none of the Democrats stood up. And he's like, you should be ashamed of yourself, blah blah blah. You're un-American. Somebody posted, shared that to one of their, on Instagram or whatever, and it said like, well, if not standing for the State of the Union is un-American, what is storming the Capitol for Republicans? And I was like, hey, I'm like.
This thing with Trump is almost like there's a group of people that it's become a cult, and he can do no wrong, and it's crazy.
Like
I voted for the guy.
People share memes and stuff too. Like they don't research it. Whatever they're posting. Like somebody the other day posted something about Trump or Biden and Obama. They had this many deaths in their term from ICE or whatever, and Trump has only had this many. And then when I was like, I'm curious. I Googled it. The number that was given for Obama was for his entire 8-year term. The number for Trump is for a year. It's like, but then like I couldn't get a screenshot of it because I was actually like still on the move, But I wanted to post that as a comment. Like, you really need to look this shit up because you're looking like a dumbass. But by the time I went,
you're looking like an idiot, right?
It refreshed. I lost his post. I was like,
In my opinion, if you want to look at all the presidents we've had, through my lifetime, I think Clinton was the best president that we had for the simple reason he had the ability to walk in the center and get things done using both parties.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, it's been so divisive that one side's right and one side's wrong, and there's no in between. And
like I think Obama was good, but he had such resistance. Like anything he wanted to do, they were fighting him on it. So that's why I think he struggled a lot with getting things in there because nobody wanted to work with him or whatever. So it's like
I expected more out of Obama than what we got. That's all I feel about it. It
might not have been him though. It might have been Congress.
Yeah. You might be right, but I think being a black man, he had more to prove, and I don't think he did a very good job. He was a hell of a talker. Boy, he could talk. He could talk to anybody. But when it came to getting things done, he couldn't compromise. It's one way or the other, and I don't see how we're ever going to get any better unless somebody that can get in there and compromise.
Well, I was telling a friend of mine that we need to have a third party actually in the House and Senate, not just be the two parties fighting it out, but have like the independent, like have Democrat, Republican, Independent all in the House and the Senate having to work together. Because three parties having to figure shit out might actually end up being a little bit more on level ground versus like one side wants one thing, the other side wants something else. But if they have a third party that they have to kind of get, I guess the Republicans or the Democrats would have to convince the third party to go with them or go with the other side,
Right. Well, I'm neither Democratic or Republican. I'm an independent.
Yeah, me too.
I don't believe
Yep.
in these parties.
Yep, that's us too. I voted Democrat, I voted Republican, and I voted, I think when it was Trump and Hillary, I voted for Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I joked with my wife and said I'd run, but I'd probably not get elected because I'm not rich, and some of the things that I would campaign on, like probably doing stricter traffic laws, like for people that like to just run these red lights, without even like I see it every day, like multiple times. Like I'll be coming home and the line will turn green, and like as it turns green, I literally see like from the FedEx hub in Kansas City. Sometimes it's actually like a flatbed tractor trailer that like it'll be red way before you get to the intersection, but I'll hold off because I see him flying up at the intersection. Just flies right through it. I'm like, I could have gone and I would have died because me and my Silverado getting hit by a tractor trailer that got a fully loaded flatbed. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait. This guy's not stopping. But I would do like stricter like harsh penalties if somebody runs a red light and ends up killing somebody or even just causes a major accident. Probably send them to jail or whatever because hey, you ran a red, you literally caused a big ass accident. You're going to prison for at least even a short term. But told the wife, yeah, I probably wouldn't get elected. People probably wouldn't like that policy.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump off of here. I'm at this place. I'm going to go get checked in.
Sounds good, man.
Talk to you after a while.
All right, later.
Bye.
Will, Dave, I think this is you and me here, man. And you're not even here. So, I think we'll end it with that, folks. But thanks for tuning in to Raw Chat this week. Tune in on Friday for another story, and then, who knows? Next time we get a Raw Chat recording, we'll have it on here for you. But, all right, Dave. See you later, man. Bye.